Hello, good evening, and welcome to the Virtual Racers Club. Thursday evening live stream. What does that mean? Yes, it's the Gladiators. It's the Wrx Challenge into round 3. We're all deep in this one now. The heavy petting's over. We are now starting to use digits. So, we're here for round 3 of the Wrx Challenge. I've got to watch that I don't say Wrxc Challenge, because what's the C mean? It's redundant. So, we're here for Wrx Challenge on round 3, and we are at the oversized German go-kart track, Nürburgring! Woo! And you know my theory, if F1 races there, it's got to be a crap track. But they do like it. They do like it. And when I say they, Skyjacker, so he keeps adding it to the calendar, even though I keep moaning. So here we are, unfortunately. No, it's going to be fine. It's going to be fine. It does kick up good races. Just when I drive around it, I feel my soul leaving my body. I think, oh no, not this corner again. Oh, blooming hell. So, we're here. Oh, I'll tell you what, we're going to go qualifying. It's a 60-minute race tonight. I've started drifting off. I was in my own thoughts then. Sorry. Yes, round 3, Wrx Challenge. We're just minutes away from qualifying. A minute away from qualifying. Are you bored of looking at Bazza? I'll look at someone else for you. Yeah, Daz. He seems to be the fastest man out there at the moment, and he's got the sexiest car I've seen. So we are here. The rules are a bit different. For endurance racers, please ensure you have read the rules regarding racing softs and racing mediums above. Oh, okay. Let me see what the rule is on that. So, endurance. Fastest first, standing start. Free choice tyres, racing hards. Intermediates, wets. Option tyre. Racing softs may only be used once per race, so they can only come in and use the softs once. Tonight's race is worth treble A points. So, not double, treble A. So, treble points for them tonight. As always, use the correct etiquette in qualifying. Watch your track limits. Blah, 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 blah. It's nothing that concerns you. And I'll go to the table then as they get themselves revved up. And I tell you what, this championship is tight, apart from one person. But other than that, it's really tight. We've got Anton Puica leading the way on 104 points. He's absolutely trouncing it. He's had 3 wins already out of the 6 races they've had. And 5 podiums. The man is owning it. Owning it. Thingy-majig? Oh, yes, sorry. I didn't even see. I was too busy chatting. Lots of whys there. Don't know if I want to be involved in that sort of shenanigans. What's that about? Bazza. So, I'm homesick. There you go. There you go. Am I on? I am on. I'm sorry. Hey up. We've got people in the chat. So, hi there, dear. Hi ho, dearest. Says Skyjacker. A quietly awesome track, he says. And Skyjack saying, better than that road at the top anyway. Oh yeah, the bit of off-road. And Pat saying, hiya, might as well look at my car now, because history says I won't do too well in this race. Might not see much. Come on, Pat. That is not the positive mental attitude that we're looking for here. Let's start the qualifying and the race in a good place. Let's be optimistic, not pessimistic. Let's think good thoughts, good vibes. Enjoy your corners. Get to know your corners. Get in close. Say, hello, corner. I'm going to snuggle up to your curb. There you go. Oh, yeah. Don't slide it. Don't go out there. That's falling out with the corner. Oh, no, that's not too bad, actually. So, Pat, with a positive mental attitude, or some sort of mental attitude, as he goes into the race. Let me see in the chat. But good luck, Pat. I'm rooting for you, bruv. I'm rooting for you. So the table, Anton Puica's on 104 points with loads of 5 podiums, 3 wins. He's killing it. I haven't seen him though. Is he here? Oh, there he goes. There he is. He's absolutely destroying it. But behind him, it is really tight. We've got Daz in second on 80 points. Homescaling in third on 78 points. Katula in fourth on 72 points, Ensign Newer in 5th on 71 points, and even Skyjacker you count into that mix on 63 points in 6th. with Koikarp in 7th on 51. He's joint with Barry Twins also on 51 points. 9th for Jokers on 46 points, and he's joint with Matt Psycho on 46 points. Pat in 11th on 37 points, and Majid 12th on 30 points, with Bandit in 13th on 17 points. I don't know if Bandit's here. I think he's taking part in another championship. I might be wrong, but no. Yes, I think he's having a race with the Black Flag guys. So here we go. They've started putting times in, have they not? Or have they only just started their lap? They've only just started their lap. We'll sit with Skyjacker on board as he goes into that first corner. First gear, tight around, goes out a little wide. They all do. Then slings the car over the other side of the road to get a good entry into this corner. Lovely hugging of the curb there, the apex. And now again, a late turn in, so he can try and straighten out this chicane as best he can. And there he goes, beautiful stuff. You'll see a lot of them going out wide, coming out of that corner when they're on it. And so far, Skyjacker done nothing wrong on the brakes now for the downhill right-hander. It's like a, oh God, bloody one of those slides that go helter-skelter. There you go. Down to another hairpin. Down to just second gear. You can carry a bit more speed through this one if you get it right. Help the curb, keep you on the road there as you exit the corner. Up to a fast left, can catch you out though if you don't get the right entry. You end up on that kitty litter, but perfect there, nearly for Skyjacker. Lost the car a little, pulled it back on the exit using his DRS up the hill. Then another bloody left-hander. They all look the same after a while, and then into a right-hander. Short straight until we see a very fast right-hander. Pointless really to call it a corner. No one, you don't lift, it's all right, just go around it. And then into the chicane. Heavy down on the brakes there into second, bites one curb, bites the other, comes out looking absolutely sweet as he goes into the final corner, down into third gear, hugs the apex, tries not to knock the pit entry block as he heads towards the line. Oh, and Homesick caught up him a lot, getting a good toe off him. And Homesick gets pole, which you would imagine, because I think he got a great toe around whilst we were sat on board with Skyjacker there. Daz also, with that championship in mind, going second fastest. No, he does not, because Anton Poika, championship leader, has spanked it and put it on pole 3.5 tenths ahead of Homesick Alien. Daz a 10th behind the Alien, with Cthulhu 4th, Skyjacker 5th fastest. Majid's gone in 6th, with Koikarp 7th fastest. I didn't think Koikarp was racing tonight. Oh no, I think it's Friday, he can't race. Jokers in 9th, Pat in 10th. No, because Bazza has put it in there in 7th spot. And Bazza joint points with Koikarp after 2 rounds. Triple points today. Treble I say. Big points on offer for everyone out there. I mentioned they'll all be aiming for that sweet spot at the top. And I've heard these cars are grippier. The cars on Sport, as they were very slidey. You had to be very careful when you were on tarmac with them, because they just had to feel like they wanted to slide into corners. But doing that, so you really wrecked up your tyres. Now it sounds to me, if they're a bit grippier, that means they haven't got that slide thing. So tyres might not be too much of an issue. If these cars are not sliding as much as they were, I imagine tyres will be okay in this race. Tyres used to be quite a concern. If you overdrove the car any seasons previous, you really came a cropper with the tyres. Anton Poik again, purples again against his own time. I think Homesick or Skyjacker, so Homesick will be the first one to cross the line on his second run as he comes out the final corner. Is this any better? Not quite, 4 tenths off of that, but Cthulhu goes faster, but only a bit closer to Daz. Daz goes across the line, not finding any more speed. Anton Poika then, purples. It looks like yes, purples all the way, 2 tenths faster than he went before. And Anton Poika is untouchable at the moment. Joker's going faster, putting himself up into 9th spot, 3.5 seconds ahead of Koi, who also puts a lap in. Oh, does he? Yeah, well, he did. Into 8th, but Pat's also gone faster into 7th, and Baz has gone faster, but he's split Pat and Coy. He's sat in the middle of the both of them. He's got exactly the same time as Pat. That's amazing when that happens. Pat with a 59.319. Bazza also a 59.319. Now Baz is qualifying on mediums, as is Coy, Majid. So they're all, oh no, Anton Poyker's gone for softs, so has Homesick Alien. Daz is also on the softs. Katula then is on those medium tyres. That is impressive, you know. That is impressive that he's not that far off. He's 8/10 off pole on a set of mediums, so Katula, threat. Skyjacker also on the medium tyres. Now, I think there is an option for these two to be able to change tyres before the race. But maybe these guys have opted to qualify on the tyre they're going to start on. It probably said something in the brief and I didn't read it properly. You know what I'm like. So Bazza and Pat, nothing can split them at the moment. And Koikart there in that battle with Bazza. They're equal on points. Just behind. Skyjacker says, who is quali on RS tyres. Anton Poyker and Homesick Alien. Anton Poyker's racing softs. Daz is on racing softs. Homesick Alien's on racing softs. Cthulhu's on mediums. Skyjacker's on mediums. Ensign's on mediums. Mediums. Koikart's on mediums. Majid's on mediums. Yeah, I think everyone else is jumping around a lot. But I think everyone else is on mediums. It's just the top 3. Daz, Anton, Homesick. Are they all going to get penalties? I don't know. I didn't read the rules properly. I didn't see anything about what qualifying you have to do. Sorry. And Vince in the chat saying top 3 that I can see are on racing soft tyres. I know, it's not right. Well, obviously it's not right. I don't know. I'm going to go and refer to the rule book, if you don't mind. Give me 1 second. Rules and regulations. Let's see what it says about qualifying. Well, so far, not much there. There is nothing about quali. Watch track limits in case. DRS free to use at all times is available during qualifying in the race. Please ensure you have this function mapped on your wheel pad. All normal race starts will be standing starts. Please ensure care and diligence into turn 1, especially wet. Car is quite natty on the brakes. Allow it. What's natty? I want natty to be explained. Allow racing room at all times, side-by-side contact. If you have anything you wish to be investigated by the stewards. Do you know what? I reckon I can't see anything about qualifying and tyres. If you don't mind, please, sir. No, I can't see anything. So I've overlooked it. If there is anything to do, free choice tyres, mediums, intermediates, wets, option tyre, soft, may only be used once per race. Maybe qualifying is going to be classed. As we finish, sorry, I was so busy reading the rules. Daz got pole from Anton Poyker. Oh my word. You probably already know that, but I've been busy reading rules. So Daz is... I'm really got to sort these rules out before races out. Daz is ahead of Anton Poyker. Anton Poyker's done. It's it. He's can't go any faster. Pat's gone faster. Homesick Alien's in 3rd. Cthulhu is on a run, but he's down on his own time in 4th. Skyjacker is finished in 5th. Pat is finished in 6th. Ensign Newer in 7th. Koikart goes across the line. Bazza goes across the line and stays in 8th. Jokus in 9th. Koikart is 10th. Majid is 11th. Daz is still on that run. He's in pole already. He's only got Cthulhu on the track with him. Cthulhu was only, what was he, 400ths or 4/10ths? So he's 7/10ths down now. Who's further up the track? Pat. It's it could be Cthulhu actually. It's just ahead of Daz on their final runs, but I don't think he's going to go any faster for Cthulhu. Oh right, Skyjack was asking out of curiosity, not because it's the rules. He was just intrigued who was on softs. Daz, Anton Poyker and Homesick Alien. And Katula, second off of that pole time. He's on a run. Who else is it we're looking at? And not Anton Poika. Daz, sorry. Daz, just behind Katula, isn't he? Oh, well, they're not going to finish the lap. Oh, God damn it. I was getting excited then. So we're going into the race, and we're assuming the top 3 are going to start on the soft. Sorry for the panic about rules. I just got misread something. Pat saying, doesn't say anything about tyres for quali, but not sure of the time between to change or if allowed to change between. So I did quali on what I was planning on starting the race. Yes, well, possibly that is the way. They're on the grid already, so I imagine they didn't have time to change those tyres. I'm doing this, but it's going to be pointless. So I'm going to have to quit out. Yeah, he's still on his soft tyres. Hang on, sorry. And there they go, the flag is gone. And I will be with you in a second. And Anton Poika racing Daz down to the line. Anton Poika's going to have the inside line here, but he brakes earlier than Daz. Daz later on the brakes. And he's going around the outside. Anton Poika checking him on the inside. Looks like Wrxc has lost a position to Skyjacker. And Skyjacker then up into third as Daz takes, keeps the lead from Anton Poika. They go around another corner. The tyres will be cold. Skyjacker has done an amazing job to light up those mediums, get himself ahead of Wrxc, who's on the softs. Pat is side by side with Ensign. He's 5th place, but Ensign Ewart giving him some jip there with Jokers down there fighting a battle with the Baz. And Cthulhu must have dropped right off the map when they started this race, and he's got Bazza lagging a little behind, and Majid's through. Majid is through. Bazza on his brakes a little hard there, and Daz trying to assert his authority in this race early doors. We've got 60 minutes of racing as Anton Poika chases him down, and Wrxc back ahead of Skyjacker, but he is on the softer tyre, remember. And Skyjacker probably happy with that top medium runner, but Pat's only just behind him, and anything can happen over the next 60 minutes. Ensign Ewart, this is his view. He's got Koikarp just behind. There you see the whole field just behind. They're all gagging for it. But he's got Koikarp and Katula. Ooh, Koikarp going a little wide there, having a little shake and bake, whilst Ensign Ewart zeroes in on the Rizzler Subaru ahead. Did I even tell you what car they used? They used the Scooby. It's the 3rd season. It's the 3rd season. No, not 3rd season. It's the 3rd round of the 5th season. If I've got to keep on explaining it, then I'm doing my job wrong. Oh, it looked a bit shaky there for Pat going into the corner, and Ensign Ewart's closed the gap a little bit on that one. They'll be opening their DRSs. The back wing just slides down a little bit, tilts, and then you just saw it going back up again as they go into brakes. Pat's right there with Skyjacker. He has to avoid the back of Skyjacker, and my word, what a race. Anton Poika 6/10 behind Daz. And this is going to be a let's see who looks after their tyres better battle out the front here. And Daz's bionic knee has really come on leaps and bounds for his racing. Oh no, he's made a mistake and Anton Poika's through. Anton Poika, it looked like Daz might have got his line wrong in that corner and had to save it coming out of the corner. And Anton Poika just whips on by, and Wrxc having a nibble out the bait. But Daz says no. No. I'm going to slam this door. Your foot's halfway in, but I'm slamming the door shut anyway because I'm miffed at myself for letting the Finn through. And now Wrxc darting from one side to another, trying to find an opening for him to just slip the Repsol Scooby through the letterbox, thread the needle, and get himself 2nd place and chase after his closest rival, or the championship leader. Skyjacker then in 4th place. Pat slipping back now, and Ensign Ewart's going for a move on the Pat. They're side by side coming towards the wherever, one of the corners. And Pat back ahead, and Ensign Ewart having to wait for his moment. Cthulhu's got himself past Koikarp, and Koikarp's in trouble from URL Max Majid. And the Dane is up for this one. He's up for the battle. heavy on the brakes up the inside of Koikap. Koikap felt that one, but he got through okay. And Koikap right on the bumper of Catula. Catula goes for a move on Pat of the inside. It was almost delicious. Pat moved back onto the racing line, made it look a little sloppy, but I think Catula, not much. I don't think that was Pat moving on to Catula rather than the other way around. And now Koikap found a way past as well. So Pat losing 2 positions from that, but Pat trying to come back into this race. He's on the outside, and if he can hold line, no, he's gone a little wider. Majid now is having a nibble at Pat, but Pat then stays ahead of Majid. Sorry, I was looking on the wrong car, but I was watching Pat in the background. I'm trying to find a decent camera anywhere here. Trust me. So we've got a train of cars from Ensign Yu at 5th place, 2.8 seconds down on Skyjacker. And then we've got Catula is absolutely on form at the moment in this race. Qualified 4th, dropped right to the back virtually, and has fought his way through back up into 6th, and he's got clear view on Ensign Yu, and he means to do business. Koikap in 7th, slow riser coming through the field. Majid in 8th with Pat 9th. Jokas is in 10th, and Baza not having the best day here at Nürburgring. As Anton Poika 7/10 still with Daz. Daz 5/10 ahead of the Alien. This is taut. This is a taut battle here between the top 3. Oh, Bandit's in the chat saying, "Good evening, Mr. Beveridge." Well, I thank you very much. I've got a warm beverage right here. I might take a sip. Oh, Bandit, you're a lifesaver, man. That was just the right timing, because that is just... Oh, I'm sick! Alien! He wants to phone home because he's gone wide, boy. Very wide. He's got a good, healthy lead on Skyjacker, though, but Skyjacker whips on by. And Homesick cut the corner there and got reset. And that has gone from bad to worse for him, down into 7th place. And my good golly gosh, his race has just suddenly got a lot harder. And we've seen people struggling to get past Pat, and that is who he is behind. Unbelievable stuff here we are seeing unfold between our eyes, as Skyjacker moving up into a podium position. And feeling very comfortable with a 1.8 second lead on Ensign Yu, who's now got Catula really breathing down his neck. And we know Catula is fast and up for this. Oh, I'm going to have another little sip of that warm beverage there, Bandit, because it's a right touch. That is satisfaction. So Catula then, he's on the hunt, but looks like Skyjacker's lost a bit of a chunk of time, does it not? To Ensign Yu. He was 2 seconds, 1.7 there, maybe not. 3/10 at best. And that, ooh, you don't want to slide him too much, you see. His front left taking a bit of a punishing there. The wear's all right, but you saw it glowing red when he was in that mid-slide. So Skyjacker having to watch those tyres. It's a long race. It's a long race. And we should look at Homesick, how he's getting on, because he's got rid of Pat. I don't know where Pat's gone. Pat's dropped down behind Majid and Jokas. Jokas and Majid are in a tough battle there. It's the battle of the lag. Although the lag's not too bad, I've got to say. They usually, Joker's bouncing a little in the corners, but it's not too bad, actually. And Pat slipped down to join Bazza. He felt sorry for Bazza down there at the back and said, "Hey, I'll tell you what, Baz, I'll come down and have a little race with you." And Baz says, "Yeah, I appreciate that, but I'm going to overtake you." Homesick Alien then trying to make short work of the pack. He's on the softer tyre, so what would he say? It was about a second faster than Catula's qualifying from Anton Poika's qualifying. So, yeah, there should be about a second advantage there, but with that much wear on, I mean, the mediums are wearing as well, but not as much. Homesick going for that inside line on Koikap. He's quite far back, but he's made it pay with those soft tyres out wide a little bit. And Koikap, he probably knows he's racing at a loss there against the soft tyres. He probably only cost himself time trying to put up a battle. And his race really is with Jokas and possibly Catula and Ensign Yu ahead. Although they have got a little further away now, haven't they, these two? And Catula giving Ensign a lot to think about in 4th place. The Rich Energy Subaru. He's pulling closer to Skyjacker. It's Skyjacker, really, who's on the back foot at the moment. He's doing good lap times, but Ensign's doing better ones. A 57.8 from Ensign Newitt last time around. Now, is Skyjacker saving? He could be. Short shifting, possibly. Let's have a look at that gearbox. Yeah, yeah, I'd say that's a bit of a short shift. So, Skyjacker, he's giving up a bit of time because he's waving a carrot under Ensign's and Catula's nose is what he's doing. He's playing the long game, and he's letting them think they're catching him up, and they're faster than him. But meanwhile, they're burning that fuel. Look, whereas Skyjacker just under 3/4 of a tank of fuel, Ensign Newitt is getting closer to half a tank. So yeah, they're burning through fuel. Catula also not so bad actually. He's closer to Skyjacker than he is Ensign Newitt with the fuel. And a homesick alien in the Skyjacker territory as well, as he tries to catch up with Catula, but 2.8 seconds down from him. But Catula's right on Ensign Newitt now. Ensign Newitt cannot put a foot wrong. The pressure is on, and he's chasing himself down. Skyjacker as well, but he's got to be thinking about behind him as well as in front of him. It's that kind of party. Then Bandit saying, got to keep your thingy up. Lol, I thought you were racing the Rivals thing. Has it not started yet? Excuse me. I'm going to say, typing into this stream while you're racing in another race, that is fantastic. I would be mightily impressed. So Catula there, taking that corner. Nice and tight. Trying to line up Ensign. You can see I think he's thinking the next hairpin. Follow him around these. Oh, try and go around the outside there. But definitely coming down the hill here, getting into the sweet spot, opening the DRS, having a look up the inside. I think he was hoping Ensign was going to go defensive there, but Ensign doesn't go defensive. Catula goes late on the brakes, and he makes the move. Beautiful stuff from Fernando. Absolutely beautiful stuff. And Ensign Newitt seems to be struggling a little bit. I don't know if it's the tyres, just the phase of the race that they're in. The car's getting lighter. I imagine the cars are a little frisky when they get lighter. And Skyjacker then still driving within the limits, keeping the car well behaved. Daz keeping chase with Anton Poika, not doing too bad a job. He's 1.6 seconds behind Anton Poika, and it's not going all of Anton Poika's way. His tyres are pretty worn down at the front there, about halfway nearly. He's nearly halfway through his fuel. Daz, similar tyre wear, similar fuel depletion between the two of them, keeping pace with Anton. And Anton, yeah, it's going to be a tricky one for me. Can't make a mistake, and the front tyres on them softs are starting to wear down. And there is Skyjacker with now Catula chasing him down for that final podium position. Catula going for a very late move on Skyjacker. Makes a bit of a hash of it. Bang, Skyjacker has to pull out the way to let Skyjacker through. And Ensign Newitt, looks like he's going to try and get the position. I thought he was being too polite to let Catula get back position. Oh, no, Ensign's gone off. Now he's got a bit of a dirty tyre issue. And oh, my word, Catula, I don't know if he was caught out by Skyjacker's braking, but he seemed really far back to be caught out by the braking, or if he just forgot what corner he was, or he was getting carried away with himself. Who knows what happened then, but yeah, Catula late on the brakes, car went wild. Give Skyjacker a little dink on the sides, and could have paid. And look at Homesick in the background. That's played into his hands, hasn't it, eh? But his tyres are almost woeful. They are woeful. They're a tragedy. Shakespeare wrote about those tyres once. So Ensign Newitt on the mediums, fresh mediums, looking good. And Catula all up. He's shaken off that first corner blues. He's dusted himself off, and he's going for a move on Skyjacker. Oh, lordy. Catula has got it tonight. Look at him. He's on fire. 12 seconds behind Daz, though. He's had to fight his way up into third, but Catula now third on in the pack with Skyjacker 4th, Ensign Newer in 5th, only a second behind Skyjacker, maintaining good pace, although he lost a bit of time in that last one, but I think that was the whole Cthulhu Skyjacker incident. And now Homesick Alien is going to show him what the softs do, and that's what they do. Ensign, but Ensign stays around the outside of him because those softs are just not as fresh as they used to be. And Ensign Newer down the straight, coming back at the Alien, but the Alien's got the inside line and breaks nicely into the corner, and Ensign Newer settles down behind the spoiler of the, oh no, he's going for a move around the outside, could be disastrous. He's put a lot of faith in Homesick Alien's tyres at this point in the race. We're 14 and a half minutes through a 60-minute race, and Homesick Alien's tyres are looking poorly sick. Poorly sick. They need some Pepto-Bismol, make them feel better. Ensign Newer then, with those medium tyres with a lot of life still on them, a lot of life, is now taking back position from Homesick Alien. Just a mere distraction for Ensign Newer, and now he's going to get back on with the business with tracking down Skyjacker, who's slipping away from Cthulhu, who wants a piece of the action up ahead. Daz has lost a chunk of time to Anton Poika. Anton Poika has just been banging out those 57s, managed a 56 along the way, and Daz slipping into the 58s. Tyre's not as bad for the leaders as Homesick, but Homesick's had to work him harder to get him through the pack with his weird slide, wasn't it? It was just down a straight, it looked like he was just coming out of a corner and he couldn't correct the car, and she finally went, and then for some reason, I don't know, grip or what, he went across the corner and then got reset to track, which was the killer, really. He only lost the one position from the actual accident. It was the putting him back on track that put him back in 7th. But Cthulhu, still we rise. Fernando up there in 3rd place and catching Daz again losing more time. Is it time for a pit stop for Daz? Is he pushing the car too far? His tyres are a bit better than Anton Poika's, but Anton Poika did fall into the 58s that last lap around. It was Homesick Alien I expected to see come in, but on GT7, I forget, GT7 they can push these tyres until they're fully red, but it does look like the soft runners are now starting to lose a lot of time. But Homesick Alien back ahead of Ensign Newer, and Ensign Newer's lost a bit of time these last few laps racing with the Alien. Koikarp 7 seconds behind that battle, 2.5 seconds ahead of Jokus, always a threat to Koikarp. Bazza 2.5 seconds behind them, and Majid is second behind the Baz. So race on down here further in the field, and Pat, he foresaw this happening, but I don't know how, because he had such a good start. He was there in the pack, but somewhere he's the little voice at the back of his head has beaten him, and we're going to have to work on that positive mental attitude before the race, Pat. We really do. You talked yourself into this, my friend. You talked yourself into this. Anton Poika, leader of the championship, winner of 3 of the 6 races, podium 5 of the 6 races. He's looking like a win again is on the cards for the Flying Finn, 5 seconds ahead of Daz. Tuesday, Thursday, Friday is VRC day, Bandit says. Oh, he's saying, still working, buddy, the whole week. No racing for me. Oh, God. That itch must be getting quite strong the whole week, especially after such a good showing. Oh, Bandit. Could have won Daytona. Could have won Daytona 2.5. Should have won Daytona 2.5, but put up a great battle and a great drive. So Anton Poika then, he's leading the way, 5.2 seconds ahead of Daz. And Daz, he's got back into the 59s, but it's not the lap times he was doing. We're out the 57s now, Dorothy. And Cthulhu there in 3rd, pulling away from Skyjacker. But we think Skyjacker doing a lot of car, well, I say a lot of car maintenance. He must have started shaking his tail feather because he's got the same fuel. He's not got the same fuel as Homesick, but he's got the same fuel as Catula, virtually. And Daz is down to a quarter of a tank. Anton Poik is a little above a quarter of a tank. Homesick Alien, no tyres at the front there. Well, a slither. A slither. I mean, he could go back to Pat and borrow a Rizzler and fit it between the red and the bottom of his front tyre. And it's just gone all red now. And this is going to get tricky for Homesick Alien. And I imagine he's got to pit. He's got to pit. 20 minutes into this race. Do we think they could get a set? Oh, I thought he'd lost the track then. He's still pushing it, isn't he? He's still doing all right. Get on board alongside our boy Ensign Ewer as we watch the Wrxc Scooby of Homesick Alien. And there is no tyres whatsoever. Get him around, and he's doing okay, it seems. It's not affecting him in what? Well, Ensign's on him. But his car's not slithering around. You think he'd lose total grip. But he's making it work. Ooh, missed the corner a little bit, but I think he can get away with that one. And there he goes. He is going in. He has to give in. And so does Anton Poik. So the leader into the pits. Oh, for God's sakes. So Anton Poik and Homesick Alien diving into the pits. They've done their soft stint, and Daz is milking those tyres for a little bit longer, and he's got a little life left in them, so why not? Catula promoted into second with Skyjacker in third. So about 20 minutes they're going on those tyres. No, the fuel's not going to make it. They're going to have to pit again. And there we go. Ensign Ewer's in fourth with Koikap going up into fifth place now, and he has not done a soft stint yet. So, and Jokus in sixth. There we go. We have Anton Poik coming out in seventh with his medium tyres. He hasn't filled right up, so he knows he's going to have to come in. So he's given up a little less than a quarter of a tank for weight, I would guess, to just get that car a little faster. And he's on the medium tyres, and he's 5.3 seconds behind Jokus, and everyone's going to be going on to the softs at some point, and that's going to be tricky because they'll be coming at Anton Poik, Homesick, and Daz, and they've got no tyres to protect against. So Bazza out there in 8th place. He's ahead of Pat, 3.5 seconds. So it's still race on between the Pat and Bazza. Homesick Alien 20 seconds behind Pat. Who else? Oh, it's just Anton Poik, and looks like Majid has been in. He's put his softs on. Majid up for a bit of it. He's out on his out lap at the moment. Daz now coming in. And where will he come out in respect to Anton Poik? Anton Poik, Catula coming in as well. That's very surprising on the medium tyres. But Catula's brought it in. What will Skyjacker do? We saw him saving fuel earlier in the race. And he carries on and now takes the lead of the Nürburgring GP for round 3 of the WRX Challenge. And yes, Skyjacker leads the way with Ensign Ewer in second place in the Rich Energy Subaru, with Koikap in third in the Colin, well, just the Wrxc Subaru, I guess, and Jokus in the Pro Drive. Go Pro, go fourth. And he's doing a great job there. 9/10 behind Koikap. Fuel is flashing. Koikap's fuel not flashing. But Jokus may have to visit the pits pretty soon. There is Anton Poik. And he's way ahead of Daz, isn't he? Daz is 5 seconds behind Pat. And then Anton Poik is 9 seconds ahead. And we've got a Jugioz just joining us. Hello, Jugioz. You're a little late for the race. By 3 weeks, I'm afraid. So, get out. Daz then into the pits, comes out in 7th, 4.4 seconds behind Pat. Pat's tyres are at the other end of their life cycle, but he's got a little fuel left in there. He can go for a while, like the little Energizer's bunny. He can keep going. I struggled to say Energizer bunny then. I'm going to have a sip of Red Bull because I think I'm getting too comfortable here. I'm leaning back in my chair. it's like Grandad snooze time. Look how smooth Big Dan on his pad is. Great driving to watch. Dan's pretty damn good. Say it's a pad. I'm still not sure if he's blagging it. Skyjacker says it is a pad, but his driving is so sweet. So Skyjacker, he's got 17% fuel still on the tank, but he's brought her in. That's got to be a tactical thing. And so does Ensign. He's following Skyjacker's lead. So yes, Coy also. Anton Poika will retake the lead of the race imminently now. So Anton Poika back into the lead of the race, and Hugios has left the building, very much like Elvis did. And Anton Poika, Pat is now second on the track, and no one can contest that. Pat on a flyer in second place, Daz in a third. He has caught Pat up a little bit. Pat a little wide there coming out of the corner, and Daz hunting him down, only a second to find on the Rizzler Scooby ahead of him. Katula is also in the shout. Now Katula is a lot closer back to Daz. Oh, Katula's gone onto the soft tyre, look. So Katula onto the soft tyre now. And this is going to get spicy. This is going to get tandoori spicy. Ladies and gents, we've got Pat on an old set of tyres and a flashing fuel tank in the way of Daz. And Daz has got medium tyres and 3/4 of a tank of fuel on board. And he's got Katula breathing down his neck in soft tyres. And Daz is going to go for a late one. No, he does it. Unbelievable stuff. I thought he was going to back out of that one. I think Pat gave him an inch there, and he went for it. So Pat now in third, and Katula's coming through as well. And I really don't think Pat wants to be involved in the race. I think that's it. I think Pat just did not want to get involved in that battle, but he had every right to be. He was on track, and one of the points of staying out late is to try and hold those competitors up. He could have just made his car wide, fat and wide, and tried to slow him down, but he just obviously did not want to get in the way of what race was unfolding there. And Katula looking to get him moved on, and Daz is probably cursing Pat, saying, Pat, you could have held Katula up like you held me up, you son of a bee. So Daz then on the run, really, from Katula. Katula's on the racing soft tyre. We worked out it's about a second a lap, if qualifying is anything to go by. I mean, it was Anton's qualifying lap we was going by. So all right, I'll give you 2 tenths because Anton Poika is really fast. 8 tenths a second faster a lap when they're at their prime. So yeah, Katula, this is not good for him in being behind Daz still. And Daz, it just goes to show how much he's driving the wheel nuts off that car. Someone else in the pits. Pat finally coming into the pits. He must be the last to pit, surely. We'll go have a run through. Anton Poika leads by 15.6 seconds, and nothing can stop him now. He's really found his stride in the Subaru Isle of Man time attack car. And yes, he is absolutely rinsing this championship with Daz chasing him down. He's also second in the championship, second on the track. He's got Katula though on soft tyres, breathing down his neck, and I thought Katula was going to breeze past him, but Katula not finding it as easy as you would expect on a set of softs, and that's because Daz is very fast. Fast Daz. So Katula looking for a way past the Sega Scooby, but there's nothing there. I want to look around the field. Will you two make your mind up quickly today? And here we go then. He's lining him up for a move. He's come out. He's having a look. There was a little contact there. But I think it was all sporting. It was all done in good faith. There's no wing mirrors on these cars anyway, so they're not going to knock any wing mirrors off. And they just wanted to have a little snuggle as they got past. But Katula's got the move done, and he's up into second now, but he's 15.5 seconds behind the leader. And really all he's trying to do is give himself some space from the guys behind him while he's on those soft tyres. Daz on the mediums, started on the softs. He's just going to watch Catula disappear into the distance, but I believe there's another pit stop in this race yet. So, all's not done and dusted so far. Homesick Alien, he went back for... Oh, yeah, he had to go to mediums, didn't he? He started on the softs. So, Homesick Alien on the mediums as well. And he's got Skyjacker some 7 seconds behind. He's gone for another set of mediums. He's saving his softs right for the very end. What did Ensign go for? Ensign's gone for softs. So being behind the Skyjacker is not going to be very helpful for him. And it looks like them softs are making the car a little oversteery. He's twitching a little. He's got a twitchy car on the softs, a little too sticky. And trying to find a way by Sir Skyjacker in the Subarus there. He's faster again as he lurches forward on the brakes, but cannot find a way by the wide boy. Oh, Skyjacker thought he'd gone wide there, but he had not. And yes, this battle rages on with Majid up into 7th. We saw him right at the back earlier on, and then he's come through quite nicely in the Samurai Scooby Samurai. The Scooby gang would look for that dude. That would be one of the baddies in the Scooby thing. Although I've heard the new Scooby thing is not like Scooby at all. And it's nothing to do with Subarus either. It's a cartoon, so I don't know why I'm talking about it. So Majid in 7th. He's ahead of Koi. Koi losing position here. Well, that's Majid's on the soft tyre, so that will help, obviously. So Majid doing his soft stint. Koi Carp again saving them softs for the end. Nearly lost the back end there, and he caught it lovely. But he's got Bazza and Jokus not far behind. Bazza's on another set of mediums, Jokus on another set of mediums. So a fair few of them out there saving those mediums. Oh my word, what did he do? He went into the pits and didn't change his tyres, it seems. That, Pat, doesn't seem like a very sensible move, in my opinion, if that's what you've done. And it looks like that's what you've done. He's got excited in his pit stop. So his luck at Nürburgring is not doing too well, because I think he's pitted, but his pit crew haven't changed his tyres. That would infuriate me. I'd be so mad with my pit people. I'd be so angry with them. I'd say, what have you done? Well, you've not put tyres on my car. Why would you do that? Pat in the chat saying the tyres were dead. Couldn't do anything about it. Pat saying, and my stupid pit crew haven't changed them. Oh, I'm just saying the same thing, Pat. Catula in the chat saying, my Bane Catulu. And Pat saying twice, stupid pit crew. Oh, he's come in again and he still hasn't changed them. Pat. So Anton Poika leads the way by 11 seconds. It was 15 seconds. Catula's just done the fastest lap of the race with a 55.697. And Catula is bringing this race to the Flying Fin. And this is delicious. It's getting tastier as the pot cooks. And Daz cannot live with those the pace of Catula on those medium tyres. He's 15 seconds ahead of Homesick, though. And Homesick also on those mediums. Ensign Ewart has got past Skyjacker. Oh, darn it. I thought I was going to get that. But Ensign Ewart has found a way by Skyjacker, and he's on his way now. He's giving it some large. He's 5 seconds behind the Alien, but he's on the soft tyre, remember. That's if it is a second a lap, 8/10. If you take the Anton Poika out of the equation, 8/10 of a second, he will catch the Alien. Homesick Alien's last lap, or this lap he's just done, a 2-minuter. 2-minuter, that's not... He's been doing 57s, 58, which is not far off what they were doing on the medium, on the softs, wasn't it? Heavier car though, you see. They've put less fuel in. That's the problem with starting on the softs at the beginning. You're going to be on full tanks, whereas likes of Skyjacker and those that are saving them, they can control what fuel they've got in their tank when they put the soft tyre on. So Daz, 4.7 seconds now behind Catula. And Anton Poika's not used the soft tyre yet, so we can't get too excited that Catula's pulled 5 seconds in on the Flying Fin, because he's yet to use the soft, and Catula's using his softs now. He'll have to take those softs off go back onto a set of mediums, and Anton Poika will be finishing the race on a set of softs. So Catula, he might get close. He might fly close to the sun, but there ain't no way he's touching it. Daz there in third. Oh, I mean, who am I to say? Anton Poika might have a terrible one. Might have a shocker of a pit stop. Might have an off. Anything can happen. So Catula, he's got to push, hasn't he? He's got to push and get as close as he can. Then we got Daz, the pole sitter. Beautiful Daz, beautiful car. Pat in the chat saying, might need a bit of heavy rain to get back into the race the way it's going for me. I think the weather is set on random, so there is every chance that it might rain. I forget. So used to GTSport, I forget things will happen, like the time transition and weather. But at the moment it looks blue skies. Doesn't look like there's any chance of a drop of rain here. And Daz going a little wide in that corner. Homesick Alien in fourth with those mediums, and he has got Ensenua. It was 5 seconds, now it's 3.5 seconds. Ensenua slowly closing in on the Alien, and Homesick Alien possibly could be getting slightly nervous with how close Ensign's going to get, because Homesick has already used his softs. They're both going to probably have to pit for the end of the race, so as close as Ensign can get, then it'll be a straight fight when they both go in for their final pit stops. And I'm pretty sure they're going to have to. I don't think half a tank of fuel is going to last him. I mean, he might be short shifting and doing all sorts to try and get that fuel to last, but I don't know. It's a big ask. I think a full tank wouldn't even last half an hour or 25 minutes that we've got left. Ensign Newitt then in fifth with Skyjacker in sixth. Majid in seventh, 15 seconds behind Skyjacker, 13 seconds ahead of Koikarp. Koikarp still with that stress with Jokus and Bazza, but Bazza's dropped off a little bit, and it's looking like his connection's having some issues today. And Pat has finally put some softs on. His pit crew, after 2 attempts into the pits, have finally found his soft tyres, and they've got him on the car. Anton Poika, like I said, yet to use the softs. We guess he's going to save them for his last run. Catula on the softs now, got the fastest lap, and he's closing the gap down to Anton Poika. It was 15 seconds, it's now down to just under 9 seconds. And Catula putting in a blooming good effort to try and get the win tonight, but I think it's too far away, especially as his last run's going to be on mediums and Anton Poika's are going to be on the softs. But we'll see. Daz second in the championship. He could do without Catula ahead of him, but he's used the softs. Yeah, he's got to go all the way. Homesick Alien has used the softs as well in fourth, and it's looking like he'd rather be on softs than these mediums. They look like a handful, don't they? The car's screeching a little into the corners. 2.5 seconds now. Another second disappeared between them, and Ensenua is really honing in on that Alien, but Ensenua also halfway through the grip on those front soft tyres. Skyjacker 3.6 seconds behind Ensign. He's yet to use the softs. Like Anton Poika, Skyjacker is saving them for one final assault, and it looks like it's going to be on the Alien and Ensign Newitt, possibly Daz if he can get that far up. Majid, he's on his soft run at the moment. He's 13 seconds ahead of Koi, who hasn't used the softs, nor has Jokus, I don't believe. These two are having a humdinger of a battle, isn't they? Let's get on board with the Polish driver, Jokas, as he tries to put something together against Koi. Bazza now 5.5 seconds behind this battle. He was in this battle, was Bazza. It looks like he's had to drop down a little bit. Jokus there feathering the car. I think another pad user is Jokus. Oof, both of them risking it, and there's Koi very, very wide. Joker's closing in, and there's no room though to get by, but the grip levels will be lower in Koikarp's car after having a bit of an off. So Joker's just needs to wait for his moment and go on the attack, but no, it looks like Koikarp has got himself back up to race pace. We're going to the chicane. No one overtakes in the chicane. It's an unwritten law. It's an unwritten rule of the sea, laddie. You Danny overtake. You Denny overtake in the chicane, lad. So Joker's then, Skyjacker's in. Skyjacker is in. 20 minutes. They did do soft runs, and it was about 20 minutes. Homesick Alien made his last 4. So Skyjacker going on to the soft tyre, putting in enough fuel for the end of the race, and this is Skyjacker going for podium. Going for bronze. Bazza there, 1.2 seconds behind. I don't think Bazza's used the soft tyre also. And you think they'd all be coming in if this is the window, isn't it? 20 minutes on soft tyres till the end of the race, or has Skyjacker pulled the trigger too early? You let me know in the chat. Skyjacker, yay or nay? And Skyjacker says, I do. I don't know what I do means. What, will you marry me? So Anton Poika is in the lead of this race. He's got a set of softs to use. His fuel's flashing. He's seen Skyjacker has gone in and put his... I assume he's sussed. He's got his softs on. Catula's on the soft run at the moment. He's going to try and eke those softs out for as long as he can in this race. He's not going to want to rush in and get some mediums on that quickly. He'd want really Anton Poika to move first, and he may do because he's less fuel then. Homesick Alien is in. Interesting. His tyres have still got life, but maybe he's just not enjoying those tyres, but he's used his soft tyres up, so he's just coming in for a pit stop, I suppose. He doesn't have to put as much fuel in. Ensign Newitt still on those softs. Who's going to gain? Majid coming in. His soft tyres, he feels, have done their duty. And now he's bringing it in. Koikarp yet to use the soft tyre. And we are now at 19 minutes from the end of the race. And there goes Koikarp. He's pulled the trigger as Skyjacker out behind him on a set of beautiful softs. He gains that position, probably Majid's, and it's Homesick Alien. We said he could be racing Homesick Alien. Homesick Alien's still stationary, which really surprises me, because he wouldn't be putting that much fuel in. He has put that much fuel in. He's gone back to the mediums, but Skyjacker has made the position up on the Alien. He's 40 seconds behind Ensign Newitt. What's a pit stop then? It probably is. It's over a minute, isn't it? No. He's got to seep into. It's not very long. That says it's about 16 seconds for a pit stop. He put a good amount of fuel in. Skyjacker then chasing down on those soft tyres. He's going to pull away from the Alien. Anton Poika's in, and he had 1% of fuel. And Catula coming in on them soft tyres as well. This is at the end. And Daz, he's already used the softs, so he's coming in to put mediums on. Ensign Newitt, has he got enough life in those softs to go another lap or two? See if he can gain a march on the other guys. So Catula in, Anton Poika, the race leader, in. It does look like Ensign's coming in as well to get rid of those softs. Skyjacker, what's the distance? How is everything? How is everything out there? We've got a wind going down the track. I don't really know. I mean, if I'm reading that right, that means he's going into the wind now. Skyjacker's driving into the wind by that arrow. And they're all still in the pits. Anton Poika's out. Catula's out right behind Anton Poika. My good golly gosh. Anton Poika's messed up. He's put mediums on. Anton Poika is elected not to use a soft set of tyres. That is crazy stuff. Crazy town. Has Anton Poika made a mistake? I mean, it's not mandatory. Is it mandatory? Did I read it? They were mandatory. No, I think they were option. And it's only like, you don't have to, but you can. Let me see. Endurance. Option. It's an option tyre. So he doesn't have to use the soft. And it looks to me like he's elected not to. Maybe he felt he had a strong enough lead there not to go. I can't believe how much time Catula made up in that pit stop. And this is race on between the Finn and the Spaniards. And do you think Anton Poiker now wishes he put soft tyres on? I don't understand if this was a mistake or on purpose, but Anton Poiker elected not to. No, he was on soft. Sorry, that's my mistake. He was on softs at the beginning, wasn't he? It was the top three, which was Daz, Anton Poiker, and Homesick. So my mistake, yeah, Anton Poiker on the mediums. It makes perfect sense. And Catula, who's had a super race, no one deserves the win. I mean, everyone deserves the win. But Anton Poiker has led the most of the way, but Catula has had the biggest adventure in this race and made the biggest gains. So it's a tough call on who deserves this. And I do apologise. Anton Poiker started on the softs. He definitely did. And that's just me being a donkey brain. Daz out on a fresh set of mediums in third, looking good for a podium. No, and a little sky hop through the chicane. It's like when bunnies are happy, they do a little binky, I think they call it. That's what Daz was doing then for us. A little Daz binky. So Daz crosses the line. He's 10 seconds ahead of Sky. Oh my word, what a battle. Skyjacker and Homesick Alien. But Skyjacker's on the soft tyres, so it's very strange that the Alien happens to be, has Skyjacker got past the Alien? Oh, Skyjacker didn't do as well a lap that one. He lost 3 seconds. And that's put Homesick Alien back in play. And Homesick Alien, if you give him half a chance, he'll take it. He won't hang back. He's not shy when it comes to racing. And Skyjacker, thought there could have been a possible podium on there, but it doesn't look like it's quite there for him. On those soft tyres, I thought he'd catch Daz up. I thought he'd be a threat for the podium. But no, he's got Homesick Alien all up in his business when he should be trying to get all up in someone else's business. But Homesick Alien still looking for a position here. Don't forget, treble points are on the table for all of our racers. Ensign Newitt in 6th place. I imagine he was hoping for more out of this. He was running in a good strong 4th at one point. And he's having a little drift challenge down there, drifting down. Not in a Nissan. So Ensign Newitt in 6th place. He's being chased by Majid, but it's 25 seconds now. Koikarp's on those soft tyres. Remember, Koikarp, Jokus, Bazza, and Pat's still using the softs. He's had so many pit stops, though. I'll tell you what, how many pit stops he's had. He's only 19 seconds behind the Baz, who's 11 seconds behind the Jokas, who's 4 seconds. They spread out, those little battlers. But Majid could be in trouble from Koikarp here. For show. For show. He did a 58.9 his last lap, I think. Oh, no, I don't think that was an out lap. He had a rough lap on lap 21 as well, did Majid. But Koikarp, 58.3 last time around with those soft tyres. Hey, I am on the side of his car. How bizarre. And Jokus trying to chase Koi now. I don't know if Jokus can gain out of the whole Majid thing. He's close enough with 13 minutes to go. You never know. Let's have a look at that battle with Anton Poiker and Catula. It's spread out a little bit now. Anton Poiker managing to pull out a couple of seconds on Catula, who was chasing him down. Now the battle between Homesick and Sky. 7/10. Homesick still with him. Sky's on those soft tyres. You'd really think he'd be clambering away from the Alien, but Homesick Alien finding his groove on the medium tyre and managing. I imagine the toe and the DRS all together is helping him out stay with Skyjacker. And Skyjacker really, I don't know. I don't think he's going to catch Daz up at this rate. And the soft tyres, maybe they've caught him out. I think they caught Ensign out as well in the beginning. Now he's starting to pull away from the Alien. Now he's starting to find that grip, the extra grip that's afforded to him from the soft tyres. we're on board with Homesick Alien sitting in 5th place. He's had an adventure. He had a bit of an off and a oozy and moosey all over the shoppy. He's had to come back in this race, give it some big welly. Fought his way back up into 5th. Unlike Cthulhu, who's running in 2nd at the moment. Qualified 4th did Cthulhu. And then for some reason, on the first lap, he was down 2nd to last. So Cthulhu really has been on an adventure. And he's pulled himself right into this race, being in 2nd. And there we see Skyjacker trying to break the toe from the Alien. Homesick Alien breaking deep into the corner, nearly touching Skyjacker's rear bumper. And these two have raced each other so much that there is a lot of trust there between the two of them. So Anton Poika, he's not pulling away. He was 2 seconds from Cthulhu. And Cthulhu at 56 last time around. And Cthulhu, he wants it, doesn't he? 1.3 seconds behind Anton Poika. Race on between these two with just over 10 minutes of racing left of this 60-minute race. Treble points are on offer, remember, and that could be a big difference for Cthulhu in the championship. I can tell you, where is he? He's 4th. He's 4th on 72 points, 6 points behind Homesick Alien and 8 points behind Daz. So could be a big jump for Cthulhu on the cards here with a 2nd place, or if he can get 1st, that would really be a cherry to put on top of his cake. But again, Anton Poika's pulled it up to two seconds, so seesawing around the lap, it seems, seesawing between the two of them. And it doesn't look like Cthulhu might be able to make any kind of impression on Anton Poika before the end of the race. We'll come back to it. We'll keep an eye on that one. Daz, pretty lonely, and I think the threat from Skyjacker is not going to happen. So Daz looks like he's got that podium in the bag. But we can't say too much with 9 minutes on the clock. And it spins, all sorts of things can happen. And plus I've just said he's got the podium in the bag, which also could mean anything else can happen. Because there does seem to be a curse, so even I have to admit it. The amount of times I've said good things about people, and then next thing you see them off the road, and you think, what? Pat says, turn out, the 4-stop strategy hasn't gone too well. I didn't think it was too bad. 4 stops, and you're only 19 seconds behind the Baz at one point. So Daz then 18.3 seconds behind Cthulhu, 10 seconds. Skyjacker's lost another 2 seconds to Daz and Homesick Alien. That 4th place might still be on the cards for Homesick. And don't forget, all of these are in a bit of a close battle together in the table, so every point's going to count here, especially as it's trebled. So Homesick intent on getting that position from Skyjacker. And Skyjacker at the moment not getting the best out of those soft tyres, as we've seen others get, like Cthulhu really made the benefit out of the softs. But it doesn't look like Skyjacker is enjoying them too much. Insinuate, he's only 2 seconds behind that battle. This battle could get very juicy very quickly. I believe Skyjacker's tyres might start going away from him in the last lap or two. So he's going to have to widen up that Subaru to keep the Alien behind him. And all the time he's trying to keep the Alien behind him, our man, Ensign Newer, can close the gap. And we'll have a freeway battle for 4th, 5th and 6th. Majid then 28 seconds behind them in 7th. And Koikap has caught him up. Koikap only a second behind Majid as we sit alongside. Oh, look, it's going to be close. It's going to get him before the end of the lap. He is on it, is Koikap. But Majid, he chooses the line. He's ahead. Koi right up is Jaxie. Looking one way, looking another, which is the way to go. And is it now? He's looking. Oh, he makes it through. But Majid stays alongside him. Now Majid's on the inside. And Koi thinks better than trying to race in the chicane. But Majid goes across the corner. And The position is Koikarp's in the end, and Majid now having to look over his shoulder for Jokas. And Jokas in 9th on the soft tyre, also trying to catch up with Majid. And Baza on the soft tyre, but it's not gone well for Baza. I don't know if it's the WRXs he's not keen on or the track, but something's not clicked today for the Baz. And Pat also announcing before we started that this combo was not good for him, as Daz puts a lap on Pat in 3rd. Still about a second between Katula and Anton Poika. Skyjacker and Homesick joint at the hip, and Ensenua has got very much closer to them. So this battle, and there we go, Homesick Alien ready to pull the trigger on his Subaru. And Skyjacker, like I said, as the tyres go, is going to have to make the Subaru very wide indeed. And it looks like that is what's happening now. And I suppose it'll be in the back of Skyjacker's mind that if he can back Homesick into Ensenua, and that will slow Homesick as well, because he's got to watch his back. He's got to watch his 6, as they say in the industry. Which industry? I don't know. Lorry industry or something. Police industry. Watch your 6, brother. So, gangsters, maybe? I don't know. Skyjacker under threat now. You can't make your car that wide along this straight. And Homesick's got the inside line. Homesick's got the late break. Homesick's gained the corner, gained the position, goes out wide, and Skyjacker tries to come back, but he just doesn't have the oomph to do it. And Homesick Alien up into 4th place. But Skyjacker should technically be on the faster tire. I think Skyjacker may have pulled the trigger on that pit stop a little too early. That's what he must have been when I said, does he think he's going to get them tyres all the way to the end? And he said he did. And he does. He is. But I don't know if they're going to be in good enough nick for racing standards. But Skyjacker again up the inside of the Alien. These two having a humdinger, but Homesick Alien staying ahead. How's Katula doing? 6 tenths. 7 tenths. My gosh. We're into the last 4 minutes. Anton Poika's led the whole race, apart from pit stops. And Katula has looked fast out of the box, had issues on the first lap, and he's come back into this race, and now he's 8 tenths a second behind. Skyjacker back ahead of the Alien, and Ensenua has come to join the party, and we've got racers galore. How's Koi getting away from Majid, but Jokers is not catching him. So we've got the Homesick, Skyjacker, Ensenua saga going on here, and we've got Katula only a second behind the leader up here. My good golly gosh, our cup runneth over of racing here at the WRX Challenge 4 Virtual Racers Club. We're sponsored by Seal Oil, the greenest oil in the earth. It saves the earth. We do not drill into our good green earth. We club seals. We're going to open a theme park where your children can come, and we'll give them a club and they can run around clubbing seals. Get 2 clubs, do it two-handed, battering seals left, right, and centre. Then our technicians will put them in a blender, and we get the oil. It's beautiful. It saves the earth. We're going to go forever here on Terra. So Anton Poika 8 tenths, Katula, Skyjacker, and the Homesick Aliens battle continues on, and Skyjacker ahead of the Alien, but the Aliens go for the move of the inside, and that is a delicious little move, but there's a little contact from the Skyjacker, was it, or was it just the back end kicking out? Who can tell? But these two are fighting tooth and nail, and it's Homesick just ahead of Skyjacker. That might have been a redress, but very fancy redress. Ensenua can't live with it, it's too rich for him. Katula then 6 tenths. We're into the last 2 minutes of this race. Katula, has he got anything in it? Has he got anything in him? Any more speed in him? He's got the fastest lap of the race. Oh my word. Homesick Alien is ahead of Skyjacker. And it looks like now they're settling it. Skyjacker's tyres are pretty much cooked, and Homesick Alien can get into a nice little groove and pull away from the monster Scooby, as the Rich Energy Subaru Tries to close the gap, but while he's sliding in the middle of corners, he's not going to do it. Catula then 8 tenths. My God, it's tense. It's 8 tenths, it's 7 tenths, it's 6 tenths, it's very tense. It's all the tenses down here. And Catula looking for, I was going to say his first win, but he got a win in round 1. Catula's not done bad out of 6 races, 3 podiums and 1 win. Well, 1 win is included in the 3 podiums, but again on the podium for the treble pointer, and he could still win it. 4 tenths. And it looks like Anton Poyker's pretty cool, calm, collected out there. Doesn't seem too rattled. Homesick Alien now 1.5 seconds ahead of Skyjacker. And I definitely think Skyjacker's tyres have bit the big one. But luckily for him, Ensign Newer has started doing some drifting. And Skyjacker, the threat, not so big. Although now he's taking it serious. He's thinking, oh, hang on a minute, I might be able to catch Skyjacker up here. Koikarp 31 seconds behind those bad boys. And only 6 tenths. Oh, his tyres are going as well. So Majid is being able to close back up to Koikarp. And Majid might be able to get that position back again before the end of the race. Jokas in 9th. In his tyres also on the rough end of that stick. Baz's tyres and fuel starting to go. Pat is going out wide, so Anton Poyker only a 10th. They're going to do this on the last lap. Catula's going to go all in, but no, Anton Poyker's got the corner and he's running out of time. It's Catula as they come around the final corner, bumper to bumper. Catula trying to go around the outside, trying to get a tight run in on the inside, but Anton Poyker led all the way and he takes the checkered flag and the win. Superb stuff from the Flying Finn, and Fernando home in second with a great race. Thank you very much. Daz brings it home for the final podium position. And great race by Daz. Pole and 3rd. Please, my good sir, would you take a boo, my son? Pat crosses the line. Oh, Bazza does before him. Pat then crosses the line for 11th. Homesick Alien grabs 4th in the end. Oh, and Ensign Newitt does get Skyjacker, but it's Homesick Alien in 4th. Ensign Newitt grabs 5th. With Skyjacker's tyres on the hill in 6th. Koikarp stays ahead of Majid somehow. Oh, Majid's fuel is not looking too healthy. As Koikarp, it looks like Majid's fuel is what saved Koikarp in the end. And he keeps that 7th place. And I think if Majid had a little bit more fuel on board, Koikarp might have been in trouble on that final lap. But he brings it around and gets himself a glorious 7th place, which pulls him away from Barry Twins in the table and keeps him in touching distance of Skyjacker. And Joker's, oh, Majid ran out of fuel and Joker's got him. Oh my. So Joker's gets 8th, and unfortunately Majid is going to have a very strong chat with his team, his pit crew, because they seem to short fuel him. And again, for the 4th time this season, we get a lovely good look at Anton Poyker's butt ski. Such a nice one. Pert. Very good. And that, ladies and gentlemen, was round 3 of the WRX Challenge here at the Nürburgring. It wasn't Nürburgring today, was it? It was Nürburgring. It was all right. What have we got going on then? What have we got going on? Right. No stream tomorrow, I believe, because I'm racing. I am going to drive around at the back and see what it looks like from the point of view of on the road. But that will be streamed to you hopefully Sunday. I'm hoping me and Skyjacker can get our schnizzle together and bring you the MTCC, the flagship championship of the Virtual Racers Club. Take on a British touring car or World Touring car, whatever way you want to look at it. Well, World Touring car's more Group 3, isn't it? Maybe, I don't know. But yes, Sunday evening, hopefully, Sunday at some time. It hasn't been confirmed yet. That we will bring you that on a Sunday evening from the replays. Next week, Tuesday, it's the what rule can we break This week, it's the Suzuki Swift Endurance Championship, and they will be racing at, I think it's Spa. Boom, it's Spa. And then, like Sunday, you'll see the MTCC from the Red Bull Ring. And then on Thursday, we're back. We're back to the Scoobies, the crazy Scoobies, where we will be racing around Lago Maggiore. Eh? Is it the GP track? It should be. It's a FT. What's FT? Oh, he uses all these fancy words. FT. Lago Maggiore GP. Let me find out what FT stands for. Oh, a feature race. 2 feature races. It's going to be 2 30-minute races at Lago Maggiore GP next Thursday. So that's all shiny and brilliant. Thank you for joining us here at the Virtual Racers Club. I've had a great time. Hopefully you have too. Don't forget to like that video, because YouTube get really excited. They get tingly. And Majid in the chat saying, thanks for the race. Here we go. Oh, no, we got Skyjacker also saying, I do overtake in the chicane a lap or two too early on softs. Lost time to Daz at start due to losing rear. Same as home 6 off before chicane. Ah, there you go. Quick look into Skyjacker's race. He should have got a podium, I think is what he's trying to say there. Now, I know Skyjacker probably wants to rush off and watch The Crown or something, so we'll try and make this quick. I've told you what we've got coming up this week. Don't forget, you can join us on our Discord. Please do. It's great to see new people. We like it. So if you're watching this, if you go to our channel, the YouTube channel, on the About, all the links are there. All of them. So many links. I didn't know which button to press. And don't worry, I don't think it'll ask you if you're a bot. So bots welcome. We like the sex bot that comes in our chat and offers to make us horny. Majid in the chat saying, say peace and love for 10 seconds, please. It's so funny. And Skyjacker saying, we still planning for Sunday? Yeah, I've just been talking about that. What are you listening to? Yeah, Sunday. Yeah, I said Sunday. MTCC at Red Bull Ring. Me and Skyjacker. We're going to lather each other up with lard and roll around whilst commentating on MTCC. Irish broadcaster and your commentator. Oh my God. Jen Ittlewarts, thank you for joining us here at the VRC, the Virtual Racers Club. And join us again next time. And don't forget, if you haven't subscribed to our YouTube, subscribe, because I'm really pushing for 2. That's our year-end target, is an extra 2 subscribers. Although I think it's gone up to 4 now, because I think we've lost 2 subscribers. So now we need 4 subscribers. It's like shall we give up on it? Because it's like I have to do math every week trying to keep count of subscribers, and I can't keep up with it. So just subscribe if you haven't. It makes it easier. Peace and love. Peace and love, y'all. Dear 8 pound, 6 ounce newborn infant Jesus. Don't even know a word yet. Just a little infant, so cuddly, but still omnipotent. We just thank you for all the races I've won and the 21.2 million